Hello there, my name is Gilbert, and in today's video we are going to be learning about switch statements. And this video is another episode of the C++ series that I'm doing, and then without further ado, let's start writing our code. Now basically, as always, before you can be able to follow this video, you need a C++ compiler like dev C++, code blocks, or Visual Studio Code. Now fast forward, I should include iostream using namespace std int main return 0 as always. Now today's topic is about switch. Now switch basically works more like the if, as in if statements, but this time around the switch is evaluated once, as in the statement is evaluated once. It's unlike others where, like if, where you can evaluate condition by condition. In this case, it just picks the value, evaluates it, and then checks if it fits any of that, then it executes a particular code. Basically, what I mean is that switch is more or less like this. So this is switch, and then your expression that you want to check for, right? Then open. Then you say maybe case. It's a case A, right? Then whatever code that you code to be executed, and then maybe case B. Sorry, yes, another code to be executed, just like that. So case C, and then you go code to be executed. Then you close it. That's basically it is. And then after every code to be executed, you have a break. Every code to be executed, you have a break, and then a break, and then the last one is the default, and then code to be executed. This is the basic syntax for any switch statement. Now basically how the switch statement works is that the expression that you want to check, so it picks the value of expression over here and checks if that expression over here is the same as this, right? Then it just executes this code. If it is not, it checks if it is the same as this, executes this code. It checks if it's this, it executes, then it's break. If it is not any of 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, yes, 1, 2, 3, it's not the same as A, B, or C, then it defaults to what? This code over here. So basically, the default is more or less like the code that you want to execute if none of this work. It's similar to if else, if else, if else, then the last one else, which is if none of those is true, right? So let's quickly use an example over here. Let's say I have maybe day, right? So int day equals what? I say 4, and then I can say, let's say switch what into brackets days, because I want to check for days, and then open that. So then I say case what? Right, case 1, if the day is 1, right? That's if the value of days is 1. We should see out today is Monday, right? Since Monday is the first day of the week, then we break. Case 2, see out today is Tuesday. Then you break. Remember, you always have to break after each case. I'll explain why. If you don't break after each case, what is going to happen. So let me just leave it here, then go to default. Let's say it's default. Let's say number is not a day, is not a day. Number is not a day, as in the number over here is not a day, right? So good. So now we have switch days. It checks for what? Days. So switch over here is going to be what? Switch 4. So it goes through and check if 4 over here is any of these things. So in a case where the value of what? Days is 1, it executes this. In the case where it is 2, execute it to break the switch. Now since I didn't use that, let me just use 2 so that you can get that over here. Save. And then we compile and run and see how it goes. Yes, I think there's a expected comma or before switch. Okay, yes, I didn't end this line. I think that was a problem. Let me shift this down a little bit. Good. Yes, so the reason why you have to always break is because, let's say if the case is, yes, let's say in this situation the case is 2, right? So we are supposed to see today is Tuesday. Yes, and that's what we have over here. Since day is equal to 2, as always, if your code keep getting paused or closed during execution, try to check your antivirus. It's a very popular cause of why your code, you start it and then nothing will come. So that was just by the way. Yes, so if it is 2, it's going to what? Execute today is Tuesday and then break. Else, if you don't break it, it's going to come down and then execute this as well. Look at this. Let me remove this break over here. Save this, and then since the value is days is 2, right? So switch days, which is over here. So to check if days is what? 2. If it is 2, originally you're supposed to see today is Tuesday. Is that not so? Just like first one. Let's compile and run again. Good. Now as we can see, we have today is Tuesday, today is Wednesday, right? Now they're on the same line because I didn't bring end lines over here. Now this is what I'm using to explain, because I didn't break this code, it just comes down and it starts executing anything that is below it, regardless of the fact that we have case 3 over here. Because we didn't break it, it assumes that case 3 is under case 2. You get it? So the break over here is breaking the case, or is ending the code for case. So if you, this over here is the beginning and is the ending. So if you don't break every case, it's going to ignore the other cases and then just execute the code throughout. Look at this. Let's say I don't bring this break, I don't bring this break as well, and then even I don't even bring this break at all. Save it. Let me bring the end line so that it's going to look better. Oh, so yep, view. Good. Now look at this. I didn't break any of them. Let me change this to 1 so that we are originally supposed to see today is Monday. Compiled. Good. And there you have. You see, because we did not break any of these, we are seeing today is Monday, today is Tuesday, today is Wednesday, and the number is what a day. It's because of the break. Since we didn't break this, it checks that the case is actually 1. Yes, it's 1. It executes this code and then continues executing everything until it sees a break. So you should always keep note that whenever you write any case, at the end of the code that you want to execute, write a break. You should also always break the case. That's it. Now, yes, quickly let me change this so that we would enter the number for it. So switch. Right. So let me use today is Monday, today is Tuesday, is Wednesday. Let me quickly finish up this. Sorry. Case 4. And then case doesn't work only for numbers. You can use alphabets as well, as in strings as well, and then it's definitely going to work for you. So Thursday, let me reduce this small, so let me close this. Let me just copy and paste to make this fast. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. So you have 5, 6, and 7. So if it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, down to Sunday. Our default is if it is not any of these numbers, remember it runs this code. Let's accept that. So cout, please enter and day number, into bracket, let's say 1 to 7, so that the user would know that we are expecting any value between 1 and then 7. Good. And then if you want your input to be on the same line as your text, you don't necessarily have to bring the end line. If you bring the end line, the input will go to the next line. You understand when I run this code? Yes. So let's accept what? Days. I have to declare days first. So you declare days. Good. Now let's compile and run. Goodness. What is wrong with this? Good. Now we have please enter a day number. Right. So let's say I enter 5. It says today is Friday because Friday is the 5th day of the week, based on what I did over here. That's basically it. So based on the days that you enter, the value that you give to it, it comes here, check, and then if whichever way the case is, it does that. And remember, don't forget, because of the break, that is why it's not continuing and executing like the other ones that it happened. That is all that you need to know about switch statements. Remember, I said it's not only numbers like this. In a situation where you want to use alphabets, you can just replace it with something like this. So if case is what? Let's say if it's like this. Let's say you're dealing with characters where let me quickly clean this up. Let's say you're dealing with characters, maybe please cout. I don't want to make these videos long. Please enter. Okay, so please choose an option, and then we say in option. Right. Let's first declare string option, and then based on the option, let's say the options I have to let them know the options, right? So cout. Let's say A is what? IT, INFOTESS. Yes, I remember I said you can as well as use the \n, the same as n line, but if you're using the \n, it should be in a quote. So B fashion cout C what else? Accounting, and then cout. What can you have again? let's say mathematics. Good. Now remember, let's not forget our \n. Doing \n is the same as doing next end line like this. Don't forget that. Yes, so we display, please use an option. Okay, so let me bring this over here so that it shows first. Good. Please use an option A, B, C, D. So C in option, after accepting the option, then we switch on that. So switch with option. Then you see case. Now since we are expecting the user to what? Enter, or since it's going to be an alphabet, right? You definitely choose A, B, C, or D. So since that's the case, it's not going to supposed to be a string over here, it's supposed to be a car. Don't forget. So case, if it's a car, it's a car as in an alphabet, which is just A, B, C, D, or any of those alphabets. You don't use double quotes like this. You use single quotes, just like this. So A, like that. And then situations where you see users we have used capital A over here, right? But they want in a situation whether the person enters capital A or small b, the code should still work for it. In order to achieve that, we use case capital A and then the case capital small a as well. That way, whether the person enters small a or capital A, it will still work. You get it? So see out. You chose INFOTESS. Yes, I think that will do. And line. And remember, you have to break. Good. So let me just copy and paste it to make this faster. So now you have capital B, small b, capital C, small c, sorry, capital D, small d. So A, B, C, D, yes. So this one is not needed. And then default should be what? C out. Please choose A to D. Save it. Now so it's fashion accounting mathematics, so it's going to be fashion accounting and mathematics. Now as you can see, switch option, which is the value that the person is entering, and then case A, whether capital or small, it should say you chose INFOTESS. Since A, INFOTESS is A, capital B or small b, you chose fashion, just like this. C, just like that. So let me quickly check and then execute this code. Let's see how it goes for us. Remember, since it's an alphabet we're expecting, it's supposed to be a car. So please choose an option, right? So let's say I enter A. It says you chose INFOTESS. So I didn't bring my \n over here, so it came on the same line. Let me compile and run again so that we see it clearly. As you can see, please choose an option just like what we wrote over here. Now our option can be, let's say B, where B is what? Fashion. It says you chose fashion, right? Let's run it again. This time around, instead of the capital B, let's go with small b. Still says choose fashion. That's basically how it works. If it's a string that you are dealing with, also the same way that you're going to go about it. And remember, string is double quote. So just case, then you write the string over here, and then you are good to go. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned. Once again, the name is Gilbert Kukah.